Hey YouTube, B3 here, back another kicking action figure review. Today's view is over the DC Universe Classics question figure from the Kilowog Collect and Connect wave. Yeah, really cool. Came with the Kilowog Collect and Connect piece. I do not have the piece. I kind of got this guy loose, but you know, that's fine. He's a cool figure. I've been wanting him a while, and I wanted to get him cheaper, so I got him loose. You know, no big deal. Normally I like to get stuff in package to make sure it's in great condition, but this guy's in perfect condition. Well, pretty much perfect condition. I have one little gripe, but I think it's something that's on a lot of different question figures and not just mine. But yeah, you know, got this guy off eBay, 20 bucks shipped. That's 20 shipped, not 20 and then shipping, which isn't bad. You can see him for like $30 starting price in package, lots of places, so 20 bucks is fine. But yeah, you know, the question's one of my favorite minor characters of the DCU. I much prefer the kind of human detective question over the kind of like supernatural question we have now. He's in that Trinity of Sin comic that just started, which, you know, I'm kind of interested in reading just because he's in it, but I mean, it just started when I'm filming this. I probably won't have this up for a while because I'm backed up on reviews because I have bad internet and can't upload stuff, but hey, whatever. But yeah, he's actually a really cool figure. One of the earlier ones. So he's got much better paint than lots of the later DCUC figures. So yeah, here he is. The question. This is character Rorschach is based off of on Watchmen, if anyone likes Watchmen. But he's really cool. Great detective. Asks all the right questions. Right now he's kind of like Mystic, part of the Trinity of Sin. He's being eternally punished. He kind of is the only one that sees himself as good, and he sees Pandora and the Phantom Stranger as the real sinners, but he can't remember who he is, so I don't see why he thinks he's good. I guess just because he's good at his foundation, and that's all he has right now is his foundation. But he's really cool. I'd love to do a cosplay of this guy. Maybe a more modern cosplay without the blue, but I'd also like the blue. He's got this cool blue trench coat, which does have lots of paint shading all over it. You can't really tell in this light, but he has paint shading all on his back here, on his arms. He's got a good bit of paint shading, which is really great. He's got his little vest here. Tie there. There's an ab crunch in there, but because of the detail and stuff, you can't really get a lot out of it. You can see it moving right there, but it's pointless. But yeah, you know, he's got, you can kind of see the inside details on his face, but you can't really tell what's going on in there. But yeah, he looks just like he does in the animated series Justice League Unlimited, which is one of my favorite, you know, portrayals of him. He's kind of comedic in that episode, but still like one of the smartest guys in the Justice League. I really love him. One of my favorite episodes of him is when he teams up with Huntress, fights Black Canary and Green Arrow. It's like a C-list brawl. It was pretty great. I think Huntress is probably B-list now, though. Anyways, yeah, he's got the suit pants for the suit mold, suit, feet, and tie and everything. But yeah, nice little blue fedora and etc. But, you know, I was already talking about the ab crunch, so let's move on to articulation. You got side to side on the head, not really much up and down there. Up and down on the arms, though, forward and back. You got a bicep swivel. This bicep joint's kind of crooked like that, but it's not, like, hurt like my Power Ring was. When I got my first Power Ring figure from DC Direct, his arm fell off pretty much instantly, and then his hand broke off. So I had to return it and get a new one. But Amazon was really good about it. I got a new Power Ring in like 2 days. Pretty good. But yeah, it's on there just fine. And I've seen pictures of a lot of them that are kind of like that. So I think it's just a packaging thing. I could probably heat it up and fix it or something. But yeah, you know, elbow bend. You got rotation on the wrist. Which you can move it all the way around if you try. You know. And then you got a waist swivel down there. In and out on the legs, which is a little hindered by the trench coat. Forward and back on the legs. You got a swivel right there above the knee. Articulation on the knee. And, you know, up and down on the foot. But you've never had a lot of up and down on the suit body foot because, you know, the pants legs kind of hinder the articulation right there. But, yeah, you know, I think he moves fine. He moves good enough. Mattel gets a lot of flack for their articulation on these DCU figures. And, you know, they're not as good as Marvel Legends and stuff, but I think they're fine for the most part. On the Injustice figures, though, they suck ass. But now about into some size comparisons of this guy. Now here's our question with some DC Direct figures first. I normally don't go DC Direct first, but you do what you gotta do, you know? I just had these guys laying around already, so whatever. But here on the left we have the Diner Series Batman from the New 52, and here on the right, Power Ring from the Villains, you know, Forever Evil line. And they're pretty cool figures, but they don't scale up well with him. DC Direct is just, it's a bit bigger scale-wise, and it just really doesn't work with the question here, which is too bad. Now here's the question with some other figures from Mattel. Here on the left we have the Dark Knight Rises Bane, and here on the right we have the Green Lantern Sinestro from the Movie Masters lines. And I hate to say that he's a little too big for these guys. He doesn't quite scale up well with them, but, you know, I can live with it. And finally, here's the question scaled up with some other DC Universe Classics figures. Here on the left, we have the White Lantern Hal Jordan, and here on the right, Power Girl. Yeah, very, very cool. I think he scales up great with both of them, to be totally honest with you. I think he does a great job scaling up with his own line. So, yeah, you know, you can have him with your Batman from this line, Green Arrow. You can recreate the scenes where Green Arrow, Huntress, Black Canary, and the Question all fight each other. You can recreate that. That'd be pretty cool. Good luck getting a Huntress. But, yeah. Very, very good size-wise with his own line. Sadly, he doesn't scale up well with Movie Masters or with the DC Direct, DC Collectibles lines. So what are my final thoughts on the DC Universe Classics The Question figure? Well, that's the question, isn't it? To be totally honest, I think this is a great figure. One of the earlier ones, so he's got, you know, better paint apps and etc. than usual. About average articulation, scales up well. You know, I don't really see a reason to give this guy a bad rating. I mean, you know, he's kind of standard, but, you know, those extra paint apps, they go a long way in the eye of a collector. So, all in all, I'm going to give this guy 4 out of 5 stars, which seems to be like the average rating for figures for me, but I guess it's just because I buy good figures. I don't waste my money on bad figures like a lot of these collectors do. I kind of do a lot of research normally. Unless it's a Godzilla figure, which I wouldn't mind owning a bad Godzilla figure. Not that my Godzilla figures are bad. Holding my NECA in my hand right now, and I love my NECA 94. But yeah, you know, 4 out of 5 stars for the question. Really cool figure, love him. Probably one of my favorite DC Universe Classics figures, to be honest. He looks very unique next to your other DC Universe Classics figures, especially when your collection is mostly Batman and Lanterns like mine. So yeah, he just looks very unique with my other DC figures. I really dig him, and just knowing he has those orange socks under there makes him all the better. It's a reference, so. But yeah, you know, that's it, you guys. As I said, you know, 4 out of 5 stars. So remember to rate, comment, subscribe. Check out all the cool links in the description below. Got lots of cool comic book stuff on our B3 Productions channel. You know, we got gaming stuff on Super Friends Benefits channel. You know, just there's so much great stuff out there, you guys. Got horror, drama, suspense on our Slender Happening channel. Be sure to check that one out. It needs a lot of support. So yeah, that's it, you guys. As I said, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you all so much for your support on all my channels, that is. And I'll see you all later.